what it be, what it do is the Lord Octopussy, I'm here with button clicking time, with what I feel will be how the Dredge's power works. I've read it over quite a few times. It's been what 2 weeks since the leaks came out, so I'm gonna go over it. I've had some time to think it over, think of how it might work. So here's my interpretation. This is more of a test of how I feel to see if I can actually read behavior's wording. So your special ability is called the gloaming, or the leave behind. Right. So let's say this is your spawn. Yeah, you spawn on this side of the map, and these are where the other sides. So there's a generator here by this locker. There's a generator here by this locker. Right. A very great imagery. I know this is Almond, by the way. If you can't tell by the layout, this is Almond, but with just these end bits cut off because you don't really need them. So you've spawned and yada yada yada. You're gonna make your way over here because you know survivor spawns or whatever. And then so I was like, he's coming quick. Well, it's coming actually, should I say? It's coming. So gotta run away, and then these gonna run this way. But you gotta hit off on this one, right? So you got this one starts running. You gotta hit off on this one, and this one's just over there now, right? The other side of the map, basically. And so you see this survivor running off here, and you activate your ability, which is called the gloaming. You press and hold the power button to activate, and when you activate it, you leave behind a remnant. Hold on. So, starting to run here, you run here, you activate it, boom. Now you've left behind your remnant. The survivors kept running over to here. This jungle gym, there's a jungle gym with this locker. And you keep chasing now. Well, sorry, what happens is you're here, the remnant's here, the survivor is here. Now, there's one or two things you could do, right? If you think that the survivor is gonna double back, the survivor might go double back. In which case, you could teleport to your remnant, which puts you back here. I'm not gonna exact positioning, but boom, you put it there, and and you've basically cut out that distance. But let's say he keeps going. Whilst you're doing this, you can teleport to a locker. Boom. Once you teleport to a locker, or once you teleport, Redmond is gone. And so I was like, he's here. And then you can, if the Zai decides to run out of the locker, you could then chain that to another teleporter. So say you think he's running there, so he's going to run there. And then you burst out, right? So you have tokens, right? So every time you teleport to the locker, you consume a token. And once you either exit the locker or your tokens are consumed, you're forced out of the locker anyway. So once you're out of the locker, your power goes on cooldown. You teleport, it goes on cooldown. And then you can do the thing. It doesn't say anything about him getting extra stealth ability, so I presume maybe he has no terror radius one in the locker, but yeah. And then another part is if the survivor, let's say this is happening, right? And this survivor decides to come back here and be cheeky. If this survivor touches the remnant here, the remnant disappears. Now, I'm not entirely sure if you could teleport to a locker. I'm not entirely sure if it like cancels his power if so just touches the remnant and destroys it. But that's how that works. And now what you got as well is you've got Nightfall. So let's say you hit this one and this survivor runs off. You've teleported, which causes your power gauge to fill up. Yeah, your timer. It feels like you've hit it. And because you've hit him, it's a Dwight, right? So you've hit him. So that makes it passively build up faster. Let's say you teleport to another locker, and then let's say this one's at Shack. You teleport to the Shack locker, hit it, hit her. She runs off, and now it's building up even faster. And eventually, you do this enough, and your time becomes full. And once it's full, Nightfall becomes active. And when Nightfall is active, hold on, can I unlock its position? Position size, right? I can't really do that much of that. So, you know what? Just put you here. And once Nightfall begins, you have no terror radius. I don't know if it gives you the undetectable status effect or not. It just says no terror radius. And you can keep teleporting. You can go like all over the place. Your ability's on a much shorter cooldown. And this lasts for 60 seconds. Now, if you decide to, where did I leave Renman? Let's say you decide to leave. You go to teleport. Boom, you leave a Renman. And let's say a survivor up here is like, touch Renman. Renman dead. That causes your ability to. That causes Nightfall to decrease more in progress, so you can basically cancel Nightfall earlier. It doesn't completely deactivate Nightfall, but it reduces the amount of time Nightfall has. And that I am pretty much. Oh yeah, and there's another thing. Survivors can preemptively put locks on lockers, right? So this side goes up here, locks the locker. Each locker can only be locked once, so you can only do it once. And now, either when the dredge teleports to it, he has to bust it down a little bit, like he has to try and get out, which takes longer. Or if he's already by the lock, you could just basic attack it, and then the lock just breaks. And yeah, that locker can't be locked again, so you could technically run around and just lock every single lock. Like you might well just run around. Which also would be if you run into a locker, it'll also, I will assume, they give you the option, which means you'll be able to tell very early on that it's a dredge. And that is, I believe, absolutely everything for his power. Yeah, so if you've somehow learned it for all this mess, great. And I'm hoping that I've predicted most of this right. I'm hoping that I've read this power correctly. Apart from that, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.